day, and our senior reporter, Rita Tinina, covered this for us. She now joins us live from the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development here in Nairobi for more updates. Rita, good afternoon. This release of results has come as a major surprise, but how is the performance from what you've heard from the KICD?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Kisa. Really anxious hours. It will be an anxious day for the candidates who sat the exams. Thousands of them, 993,000 candidates sat the exams. And according to the Education Cabinet CS, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, the performance has really improved. The top performer, the best candidate, scoring 455 marks. That is compared to last year, where the top candidate had 437 marks. And Dr. Matiang'i said, in fact, if last year's best performer was ranked among candidates this year, he or she would not have managed to get a slot in the top 20. So the performance has improved. That also illustrated by the fact that the number of candidates who scored above 400 marks has also increased to 9,000 from 5,000 last year. The number of candidates who scored below 100 has dropped by 4,000 from 6,000 last year to 2,000 this year. There's also the improvement in performance in most of the subjects, according to the CS, saying that apart from social studies and religious studies, all the other subjects recorded an improvement. There is also an improvement in gender parity. The ministry saying that it is almost achieving gender parity in the number of candidates, boys and girls who sit the exam. So really, Akisa, across the board, generally a good performance, an improvement compared to last year. And as last year as well, there are no cases of malpractices. And perhaps this can be attributed to the measures that the Ministry of Education as well as the Ministry of Interior has put in place to ensure that exams, which are always stored in containers, get to the centers without being opened. They are sealed properly, one of the measures the government has put in place. And the fact that the results have been released today, this is the earliest ever that they have been released. Last year, people thought that it was early. The release of the results over the years has been done after Christmas. Last year, it was done on the 1st of December. This time, it has been done just 19 days after the candidates completed their exams. And this, the ministry says, is due to the machines that it obtained. 20 machines at a cost of 100 million. These are the optical mark recognition machines, and they are said to have increased the capacity or the pace at which the exams are being marked. All the exams being marked using these machines. They replaced the machines that the country has had for 17 years. And so apart from INSHA and composition, all the other subjects were marked using these machines. Akisa, there's also the fact of the personalized information that the candidates, the answer sheets came with the personalized information, including the index number was already printed. The center number where the students were sitting the exams was also printed. So some improvement. This will be a class of several firsts. The cabinet secretary saying that the selection, Form 1 selection, will begin immediately. It should complete by the 4th of September, 4th of December rather, and by Jamhuri Day, he says all the candidates should know where they will be joining school. And this, he says, he has also instructions from the president. Jubilee has promised that beginning next year it will be offering free secondary education, and that's perhaps why the government wants to ensure that the placement is done in good time before then the government can begin the process of implementing its free secondary education. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Matiang'i also saying that anyone who scored above 400 marks, regardless of whether they sat the exams in a public or private school, they will be gaining admission into national schools. He, however, did not address the issue of school rankings. This is something that was banned by former Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Professor Jacob Kaimenyi, in 2014. Last year, remember, the MPs reinstated this. They passed a motion in Parliament. Last year, the Ministry of Education saying there was not enough time to implement it. But this time, we have also not witnessed any school ranking. The Cabinet Secretary did not address that here, but perhaps he will be picking that issue later, maybe explaining why the government has not implemented that, despite the fact that it was passed by Parliament. So we'll be keeping an eye on the issue of the exam results. The best performers, we understand the best performer actually had been invited here as the results were being announced. Kisa.